folks. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome Anna Krassa to iMoot, and been working in Moodle for quite a considerable time now. She's one of the most helpful people I've seen on the forums at moodle.org, and was a fantastic mentor when I was going through my own Moodle certification. So have absolute confidence that she's going to show us some wonderful things with Lesson today. Anna, thank you very much for the presentation, and looking forward to it. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lindy, for your kind words. I think the certification process would be ideal for everyone if anyone had your skills. You were a great participant by your own. Okay, you just really needed me. Well, welcome. I want to welcome you all. I'm really happy to see so many familiar and new names around. I hope you'll find interesting this presentation, which is about the lesson module. Sure, your Greek are perfect. Both Kalimera and Yasu are just great. Okay. I'm Anna, and as Lindy said, I'm a MCCC mentor assessor working with HRD New Zealand Moodle partner many years now. And today I'm going to show you how to on lesson module. As you probably know, from a pedagogical perspective, lesson is one of the most powerful tools that Moodle provides. It can be used with many ways, from content delivering as simple resource until personalized training. Lesson can support scaffolding, self-direct learning, self-assessment and formal assessment, role-playing, decision-making exercises, scenarios-based learning, can support different learning styles, reflection activities, and more that I cannot think about. So, are you using lessons often? Yes? No? Are you familiar with lessons? What's the main reason that you don't use it that often? Sergio, Maureen, Chris, John? Hi, Marianne. Okay. Well, yes, it's a bit confusing, but my aim here is to show you how easily a simple lesson setup can be. Cool, Michael, this is really nice. Yes, Maureen, it's a core. It's core since I remember Moodle. I think it's one of the most, one of the oldest Moodle tools. Okay. Maureen, perhaps for some reason it's been could be disabled from your administrator. Okay, let's move on. Lesson, in a very simple words, is just a sequence of pages. That's it. I think it's very, very easy. These pages can be content pages or question pages. You'd like to know that lessons support multi-choice questions, essay questions, matching questions, numerical, short answers, true, false. So we have a variety of questions supported here, but after all, it's just pages of content and question. So far, I think that things are quite simple, aren't they? What makes lesson a bit complicated? It's the jumps. the jumps can be the lesson's jigsaw. Jumps are defining the learning path that someone will follow. For example, someone can start from content page 1 and take then a question, and then move on a second content page and then take another question. Or can start from content 1, take question 1 and go back to content 1 if the answer is wrong. Or start from content 1, skip the question, move directly to content 2 for those who like reading. Or start from question 1 and jump directly to question 2 for people who believe that already know the content. Or we can delete it from a question to another content page with more detailed questions and more informations, and this can be really complicated indeed. But here we will try exactly research. It's I often have in my mind the lesson as the conditional activities. If you answer this, you will go there. If you do this, you will go there. It's exactly how you say in English. It's a small. It's a conditional in a smaller level. It's an item that works the same thing, the same way. Okay, here we see things very simple. Lesson in 3 steps. The first step is always preparing your content. This is perhaps the 50% of the whole setting up lesson. And then I'm suggesting to set up a draft lesson and then fill the draft with your content. Let's see how to prepare your content so it will be effective for you to use it. Keep the first tip. Often people is confused because lesson can follow different paths. No matter the paths you will eventually choose, your stuff should be organized in a sequential order, since this is the only order that system supports. So don't get confused by lessons icon and the several branches from on the left and the right. You have to organize your stuff in a sequence. Look here, I took an article about flame robin, which is a bird, from Wikipedia. Just copy paste some points that I found interesting, and I have here my draft content. Then all I did is to split the content into pages. So I know that these 2 paragraphs will contain 1 page in a lesson. The other small one will be another page, and so on. Then it's time to decide where you will add the questions. For example, here you can choose after each content page to add a question. This is nice for self-studying. You help students testing their knowledge as they go. This is nice because it is interactive and you can make adult content more interesting to be read. And you can use this sequence for decision-making scenarios. For example, give the initial concept of the scenario, and then ask users what the hero must do now, do this or do that, and move on. Or you can provide the whole content at once, and then at the end use the questions and provide the questions in a sequential or random order. This is nice for a formal assessment. It's like you have the content and then you have a quiz. Or it's good to for summarizing difficult content. Just you want people, you want to make sure that people remembers after the whole pages the main points. And then it's after having decided where you will put your question, it's time to put your questions in the text. So in the example here, I wanted to add one question for every page. And I came here in my text, just type the question. When you have this in your work document, it's very easy to do it because you have all the stuff in front of you and you can easily choose the questions you want to. Well, when adding the question in the text, use meaningful titles for your pages, content and questions, especially a sequential numbered order in questions, saying question 1, question 2, question 3, is very helpful, might be very helpful in the future as you will building the content on site. So what I'm trying to say is that if you choose agnostic type of names like page, or question, it's difficult for you to understand where are you when it will be time to set up the jumps later on. Another tip is when you're preparing your questions, well, do it right. I mean, questions as in quiz can be simple, just provide the options and that's it. But you can also provide feedback, and it's good to prepare them in detail. I'm not sure if you can see this well enough. Okay. I've put the options, for example, here, which is a multiple choice question. I've put all the options. And then I've put also the feedback for each option. Having this stuff ready, it will be a great time saver later. So after preparing the content, it's time to set up a draft lesson. Well, a draft lesson is nothing but an empty lesson. As you have the content in front of you in a doc page, you can simply extract the structure of your document. So let's say you have content and a question, content, question, content, question. So that's what I did here. I added the empty pages and the empty question pages here just to build the structure. As you can see, there is no content inside, there is no questions inside. It's just a random letter where text is mandatory. Another tip. When you're setting up the draft lesson, all you got to be careful with is to use the real page names. For example, initially I used the flame robin for content 1, then I had question 1, then taxonomy, then question 2. This, exactly, Mario. Oh, Mario, you you couldn't say you're cheating in my presentation. This is another tip. Yes, if you have if you decide to build a course with many lessons, it's good to build a draft and then duplicate as many times you need it and fill it up then. Imagine how much time you can save like this. Well, of course, when you're setting up a draft lesson, you don't have to worry about the jump. Leave the jumps as default, as they are. Next page in the first option, this page in the second option. And this is, yes, Mario. This is Mario's idea. If you're to use many lessons in your course, then make the draft and duplicate it, have it ready for the future. Then just fill the draft. How difficult could that be? You can fill the draft by adding audio, video, whatever you want. I have to tell you that my exams were tested in Moodle 2.4 version, and I can tell you that in that Moodle version I couldn't add audio and multimedia generally inside the answers or in the responses. I could only add in the description, but I haven't checked that in 2.5. Does anyone have seen that? Perhaps it was to take a look later. Now, one moment. Here I did this example is you can find this screenshot is from an example that is used inside this course. You can find it's the Greek lesson audio, and you can play with it. It's a lesson that contains only questions. It's actually a game, an interactive game between supposed to be me and participants. You can check it later. I think it's very funny. And this one is a completely different use of lesson. It's a scenario-based lesson, and we are using it for the Moodle Course Creator Certificate. It's a part of the Moodle Bytes course, and we are, yes, it looks familiar to many of you here. Here, the concept is that we have an annoying new Moodler, an experienced teacher, but new in Moodle. It's here, you can see him, it's John. We meet John in the first scenario, in the first course, and we have John annoying everyone until the last course with odd questions about how he will make his life easier. He's I think, quite annoying guy. What do you think, lady? Is he? Well, the point here is that it's very the assessment here is official. We are using this for the Moodle Course Creator certification. So the way that this activity is assessed is very strict. We don't allow people to retake the questions. If you make a wrong answer, you will move on to the next question, and you don't have the right to review it. You have to study and get the right question, the right answer. Yes, there is. Becky's done like an everyday colleague. We had many of them. I think that's why we inspired that guy. Well, another tip. When filling up the lesson, make sure that you always use the first answer for the correct answer. This is a small little habit that can save you so much time. Yes, yes, yes. I always do that too. I must say, in the beginning, I was just copying in the answers in a draft order, and it was so difficult to find the jumps, to define the grading, to change the jumps, and always forgotten. It was wow. Yes, yes, Richard. In a side lesson, all the options inside lesson questions, all the options are shuffled by default. You can actually unshuffle them. You don't have that choice. Okay, another tip. If you want, never forget, if you want to test and check your lesson, how it works, you have to do it as a real student. Do not rely to the change role. It doesn't work. And specifically, it doesn't work if you choose to use a Krassa, for example. This won't work. So remember, if you are going to use lessons in your course, create a second account with user rights and test them. Yes, Jonah, I think although the change role is very handy and quick to do it, I think we all need to be safe 100% when setting up a course and have a real student example. Christine. So, uh, all you get to do to set up a lesson is just to prepare your content, prepare the draft, and fill it. So how many of you are you convinced to check the lessons now? Do you think it's hard work to do? Oh yes, Teresa, that's nice. Who that's it from me. I tend to absolutely should. I think the speed of setting up a lesson from the first lesson and the 10th lesson, it's not comparable. I mean, you'll do things quicker and quicker and quicker and better and better and better as you go. It's really worth to try it. Michael, well, I'm not using a template for writing the content because right now I just don't feel that I need one. I just have all I want to do, and all I'm asking from, let's say, if I have another content developer, is to give me the content in a simple format. I'm just reading it, making bold the pages, splitting the pages, and then add the questions. It's that simple. You don't really need a template. But inside this course, you will find two draft courses, empty lessons, and I will actually provide you the backups so you can download them, but I will do it in a while. Okay, so if you want to come by within an hour and grab two templates to play in your own system. Megan, I'm not sure what you are asking. Lessons are not yet. Thank you, Mary. Lessons are not retrieving questions from the question bank that we use for quizzes. So in a lesson, all you can do is to use a cluster for randomized questions. You're typing too fast. I can. I hope I didn't miss anyone. Michael, you say you can't import or export questions. You can import and export lessons. Yes, this is the standard backup process you do for any Moodle activity now. It works for lessons too. So that's nice tip, Michael, with the whiteboard. I'm still losing you. From a question bank, no, it's not, Megan, it's not possible yet. I think yesterday, I don't remember, I'm confused with the dates, but we had, there was another session in iMoot about the future of the questions and question bank. And there, it has been discussed the fact that we want to use the same question bank both for quizzes and for lessons. That would be great. Yes, 2006, 2007. Teresa, yes, there used to be a future back in the 1.9 something that allowed presentation, PPT presentations only to be uploaded in a lesson. But this is not something that it works anymore. It was nice, but it had too many problems because where all the presentations should be PPT, not PPTX, no ODP, no nothing, and couldn't support any moves or any backgrounds. It was just retrieving the the text, nothing more. Okay. Michael, you cannot export the lesson questions in a question bank. I'm not sure you can do this. Sure, that's a nice tip. I must tell you that lesson is indeed very complicated if you start scratching every single option that has in settings. And perhaps some versions, because we're not all use the same versions, might be a bit buggy. But if you want to keep things simple and you want to try what we have suggested here to work with this system, you can definitely make things work. And my experience is that lesson is one of the favorite, perhaps the most favorite tool for users, because it makes a dual reading more interesting. It's assessing, but not cool assessment like a quiz. It's something more inside the content, and people really like that. They feel also that they gain time when taking some questions while they're reading, instead of read and then take a quiz. Yes, indeed, Meg. The half work is planning. Yes, Michael. That's an alternative. Yes, Dot. I agree with you. I'm always adding two-line instructions in the beginning. I make an introduction for the users so they will understand how this tool will be used. For example, if you, this is I'm usually using a standard text saying that this is a lesson activity and it contains content and pages. If you click in the questions the wrong answer, you will have the opportunity to try again, or you will find you will read some content and then you will take X number of questions. It's good to give them an overview of how this tool will be used, so they feel good. Or if you will use the lesson for as not graded activity for self-studying, for as a practice lesson, you can say in the introduction that at the end you will find a grade to see how well you did, although this grade is not reflected, it's not affecting your course total. Teresa, I shared this presentation already in iMoot, and it's released under Creative Commons. So yes, you can check it, and I can also put it inside this course. So if you want to come by from in a while, you can take it. Oh, thank you, Therese.
So Anna, just as everyone's wrapping up there, thank you so much for your presentation there. That was fantastic. We really appreciate you giving it.
Thank you everyone for being here and being so active. I hope I didn't skip any question because the chat is coming up and I'm worried if I forgot someone.
For
There
those
will
of you
be.
who may have missed a question, maybe post it again on the forum related to this course so Anna has a chance to answer it.
Yes, that will be great. Thank you, Lindy.
Oh, that's my pleasure. Thank you very much. We appreciate your time, Anna. For everyone else, the session will be open for another 5 minutes or so. So if you want to ask questions in the chat, that's fine. Otherwise, I'll wrap it up from there.
Okay, thank you everyone. Enjoy the lessons from now on.